Let's welcome in from the Economic Development Council of Mason County, Jennifer Baria. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good Pretty good. The rainy weekend, now the beautiful one coming
I
up.
know,
So
I like your
right?
top
even
there.
better.
It's very nice. It's festive
Oh,
almost.
thank you.
Like bright
colors.
Yeah, starting the week off right.
Well, it's been so cold lately that I thought, you know what, maybe the weather needs a little hint.
A little push.
I know, it was so
Gotta get
cold
back
this
in there.
morning when I got up. We left
Yeah.
the window open last night. I'm like,
Oh, it's cold.
No, Saturday night I had to turn my heat back up
Did
just
you?
a little bit, and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, 50 might be a little too cold for
little
me.
bit, little bit.
What's going on? What's going on down the way here at the EDC?
Well, we've got a couple of things. We've got our hospital luncheon that we do every year.
Yeah.
That is this Friday. It's amazing. Food's always good. Eric Mall, the CEO of the hospital, will be there speaking. They sponsor it, so we don't really have to do too much. Just
Very
get people
nice.
there. The proceeds go to the foundation to help with their work that they're doing moving forward. And they've got so many changes coming up that it'll be a really good luncheon.
Cool.
Very cool.
To really touch base with.
Cool.
Other than that, we're working on, I know that we came in probably about a month and a half ago, talked to you about opportunity zones. So those have been approved now through the state. So now that we have thousands of them across the nation, we have to build up those projects to say, investors, look, here's what you can invest in. So we're doing work around that. And really, the hard work is going to not necessarily be building up those projects. It's going to be marketing to those investor groups to say, this is why it's worthwhile. This is...
Try to explain to me a little bit more about this. We've had Mason County Commissioner Kevin Schutte on, Andy Arness from the city of Shelton talking a little bit about these. But what's the background and what's the kind of the basic overview? We have the potential, we as citizens have the potential to become investors in upcoming projects, or
You can. If you have extra money that you'd like to invest, go right ahead.
Sure.
I'm never going to discourage that. But what this was it came out of the Tax and Job, I don't remember the exact title, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2018. It was signed in December, and they had a good solid 3 months to figure out the process to implement it, give it to the states, have the states give it out to the counties, and have the counties put in for each zone that they wanted to do. The idea behind it is to get investment into communities that don't necessarily have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Have a lot of investors already currently looking at the area. More rural communities. You have, smaller projects going on. Big investors don't generally look at those big, those smaller projects. So it's kind of a way to get it in front of people and say, look, you're from here, here's what you can do. You're not from here, but you like small communities, you like the small town USA. Well, we have to support that. So how can we do that? So it's really wrapped around job creation, and it gives us an opportunity to pull those dollars into our community. So if you're local, you can. If you're not, you don't have to be from the area where you invest it. Investors tend to be very analytical thinkers and say, this is what I'm putting in, this is what I'm going to get out of it. So it's for them the ability to defer their capital gains for up to 10 years.
Wow.
So you could end up not paying anything on those capital gains. If you decide to invest for a shorter amount of time, they've got a staggered kind of percentage that you go through that you have to pay after that. But
what are people saying? What are people saying across the county, the state, and the nation with these things? Do they think it's going to be a positive benefit, or
there's
is
a
it
lot
just
of
unknown?
There's a lot of positive kind of publicity around it. It is unknown. It's a new program. It sunsets in 10 years, so it's not going to be a reoccurring program. So right now everybody's just kind of feeling around, trying to figure out the best way to move it forward. So we did the application process. We've got 2 opportunity zones in Mason County. And so now what we have to do is within those zones, one of them is the Squaxin Island, did the Squaxin Camilche Valley, sorry.
Okay.
It's Monday.
Yep.
They did the Camilche Valley. And so any projects within that either tribe or private. They did the application, but it can be anybody that's building a business out there that has land for investment, any kind of private infrastructure, things like that that can go forward.
Would the regular layman citizen talk to their retirement broker about this, or how do you go about investing if that's something that interests you? I mean, who do you go talk to?
You can talk to us. You can talk with the IRS has a pretty in-depth website right now that's dedicated to it, where you can look at the different zones and kind of what's available within each different zone. That is just constantly changing because people are updating it each time. So
Interesting.
we've got a lot going on around that, but
That's cool.
it's kind of up in the air more, how to get started. So if you're interested, feel free to contact your investors, contact, Peninsula Credit Union is putting together one of the funds, the opportunity funds that goes with that. So it could go through them as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or reach out to us. We're happy to help.
What else is going on at the EDC?
We are starting our next push to help with the recruitment of our area. We have a lot of property. We have a lot of property that's not really up and marketed. We have landowners that hold it and they wait for the opportunity to come to them. So what we're starting to do is reach out and build some potential, this is what this property could look like, and start marketing that. We did that for the port along their 101 frontage for a retail kind of commercial section right there. They've been talking about maybe doing a sort of aviation industrial park, and what does that look like? Where is that going to be located? Let's build that out and start marketing that so that these companies can see the potential that is there. Up in Belfair, we've got lots and lots of land, and there are going to be a lot of changes happening in Belfair with all of the projects going forward. So looking at those landowners, where's the utilities, what can we really potentially go after? If we have a lead come to us that says, we need 3 million gallons of water a month or a day, can we even support that? So
That's good information for folks.
yeah, looking at those different properties, where could we put them if we can respond to the proposal?
Yeah, because even if you unfortunately may not have what that person's looking for, at least you know what you have to offer them, and they can go, oh, well, remember that for down the road, or I
Right.
got a buddy that is looking
Well,
for
and
something
what's
like that.
and what's their timeline? Does their timeline prohibit us even saying, yes, we can get this, but the build out is going to take this much time?
Yeah.
Rezone something so that it fits better with the opportunity that's going in there.
Right.
Is that even within their possible time structure? So looking at those different options and at least getting together some basic kind of pre-parceled looks around the county so that we can say, yes, we can respond to that one, or even go after those identified industries that we talked about before, those 7 industries that we can support because of our current structure.
Nice.
Yeah.
How
Very
can
cool.
people get in touch with you and offices right up the road from us?
Office is right up the road. We're at 310 West Coda. Come in past the PUD 3. We're inside their customer payment center. So come in. You're welcome to see us. Visit us on the website, choosemason.com, or give us a call on the phone, 360-4. Oh, I'm skipping my cell phone. 426-2276.
Well, then let's stop.